You are tuning into the Goldylocks Productions presentation of the Spiritual Insight Show with Reverend Tiffany White Sage Woman.
Thank you so much, everyone sitting in Sacred Circle with us this evening. I'm Reverend Tiffany White Sage Woman, and with little technical difficulties here and there, but we got it. I know, right? Another dimension from Robin. Yeah. Hello, Wendy. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Chris. Yes, this is the third time. Third time's the charm. So the first two, for some reason, it was just really weird. The video wasn't connecting, so it's all right. It's fine. We're doing good. I'm here. I can see you. So yay! Awesome. So there we go. All right. So now, oh my goodness. Yay! So how's everybody been? Remnants from the full moon. Exactly, Chris. It's exactly what I was just getting ready to say. But that's okay. It's all right. We're good. We're good. We're good. All right. So for those of you who maybe have watching me for the very first time or who's going to watch this show in archives, my website is whitesagewoman.com. That is where you can locate me and find me. Message me through the website, or you can right here on, if we are friends on Facebook, or if you're on Facebook and watching this through the Goldylocks Productions Facebook page, you can message me again through my website or through Facebook. All right. So I just want to make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel too, if you haven't already. It's Goldylocks Productions on YouTube. Make sure you hit that little bell so that you get the notifications for not just this show, but all the shows. All right. For when they are uploaded. And each show has a playlist, so you can watch all the shows that you want to, binge watching, whatever you like to do. So I also would like to give the Goldylocks Productions website out for those of you maybe who aren't familiar with it. But it's Goldylocks with a Y, Productions, CT for Connecticut.com. GoldylocksProductionsCT.com. So how has everyone been from the last week? It's pretty emotional, pretty good, up, down, still the roller coaster. It's just going to be like this for a while, but it's okay. We're all hanging in there, right? So, oh my goodness. Oh, thank Robin. I go back a lot for meditations. Yeah, there's great, not just on my show, our shows, there's a lot of meditations now on YouTube, and I love that. Just anywhere. We all have our favorite meditations, right? And so it's, I love that y'all do that. Go back there. Sometimes we need the guided meditation. We need a little help with it, especially if your mind is one that just wanders off and it's like, nope. That's what the guided meditation is when you have someone help you to keep your mind entertained and busy so that you can focus on your meditation, right? Okay, so let's see. Wendy, at least I'm awake tonight. I fell asleep halfway through last week. That's okay. That's okay. You still receive, even if you fall asleep, you still receive healing that's in the sacred circle, the giving and receiving. So it's very, very powerful. It's beautiful. And so I just would like to see if anyone has any topics that you would like to discuss. You could put that in the comment now. If there's some topics that you would like to discuss. There's just so much, and we know this happening. And it's interesting, though, how we say there's going to be lots of changes, but I don't think sometimes our mind articulates what the changes are, and we're seeing that with Earth and with everything. And so it's just the bottom line here is stay connected or reconnect with nature, with Mother Earth, with Lady Gaia. That's important. We must do that. And you're finding that connection is getting stronger and stronger. You're going to hear her heartbeat, more than you ever did before. This morning I went outside. I go outside early with the dogs every morning. And I love when there's the dew on the ground. It had rained overnight. And so everything was wet. And we have these arborvitaes in the front. And they were wet. But I noticed, now you usually see the fairies, and fairies are small little lights. They sparkle, they flash, and where the angels and the orbs are a little bit bigger. And you see them always, or usually I should say, the peripheral vision. Okay, peripheral vision. And, but it was like full on. They were like ding, 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 little lights in the arborvitaes. And I'm like, I was staring, like, I'm looking at them full on. I'm like, we didn't put lights in the arborvitaes. And I'm taking a step and I'm like, oh my gosh, I know what they are. They're the fairies. Oh, thank you. And then, it stopped once I recognized. It's like, thank you so much. I love that. And because I go out there every morning with the dogs and I bless, and I give the earth, the land, blessings, love, and gratitude, to Lady Gaia, to Mother Earth, to Pachamama, to Pachatata, to the sky, and send it out in all directions, in all four directions, send it out to all living beings in all directions, dimensions, vibrations, and realms. And just send it out. This is what I do every morning. It's part of my ritual. So before I could even do that, that's what I was just like, oh, they're greeting me first. And I'm like, oh, I love it. Yay. But I was like a little child. It's just like, okay. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so let's see. Teresa, my girl, Teresa. Dragons, can we discuss signs they show us? Okay, sure, yes, Teresa, that's a great, great topic. We'll talk about the dragons. Let me just mention this from Robin. My daughter and granddaughter walked the big lake today, saw lots of critters. Yay. Plus, we clean up trash. People are hurting. We got 2 trash bags full. Yes, they need to pick up after themselves. They really, really do. And the toxics has changed over the toxics and the waste that, just the way we treat Mother Earth and Lady Gaia has been disrespectful, but more and more people are waking up and cleaning up. And that's beautiful. Thank you, Robin, that y'all do that. Hello, James. How are you, dear? So nice of you to pop in this evening and sit in our sacred circle. So, so it's very important that we do that. Just, we should always make sure that we clean up after ourselves. But if we do see something in our community, let's just pick it up. Let's just, you want to be careful. You can put, we like to have either a box of vinyl gloves, disposable, the gloves, or you can get the really thick Playtex yellow gloves, that go all the way up to your elbow, and stick them in the back of your vehicle. And some maybe some extra trash bags or something. But, in that way you're prepared. If you're somewhere and you see something, you don't want to pick it up. You want to be careful too, with your bare hands, right? So you just kind of be prepared that way. And a grabber, good. Yeah, you have a grabber too. That's good, Robin. The only thing I would suggest, if you see a dead animal, to bless the animal and move on. Thank the animal for its life and just move on. Mother Nature will take care of that decomposition of that body. All right. I know our natural instinct is to, let's bury it, let's do something. But if it's not your property, if you're somewhere and you see it on the land, let the land take care of. Let Mother Nature take care of that particular animal. But most definitely send respects via the body to the soul of the animal. All right, and the animal will get that. Just say, hey, thank you so much. And it's easy though when we see something, we're so visual 3D wise with our eyes. We see the body, and it's, oh my gosh, and we get that instant, grief, but they're not in their body anymore. So let's go higher, always go higher, higher, and understand. And all the most powerful thing we can do is connect with another living being, heart to heart. No words are needed other than thank you. Thank you for your life. Thank you for your existence. Thank you for being. And bam, that's very, very powerful. And yes, hi, Linda. Yes, absolutely. What's going on in the oceans is sad, but it is the ocean's throwing it right back up at us. Here, you take this. There's a lot of ocean beings that are having to work double time, overtime, a little bit harder. But you know what, though? This is how they give the trash right back. Work in harmony with the weather. Give it right back. We don't want it. It's harming us. So it's we have to be very careful what is going into the waters. And that awareness already is. I mean, we should pat ourselves on the back. We've come a long way now with, hey, calling big corporations, big companies, fishing vessels, and even the military, anyone that is using the waterways to be more mindful of the living beings. All right. And so it's, let me just read the comments here. So Chris, when I come across an animal, I always ask spirit to bless its soul. You can bless the soul. Are you not a divine being, a divine channel? Absolutely you are. You can bless the earth. You can bless the water that you drink. You can bless the food that you eat. Remember, we do blessings. Does anybody still do blessings when they eat? I even bless the dog's food. Bless my pet's food. Bless the food and drink that you consume. You bless the animal. That's beautiful. All right. And I understand what you're talking about, what you mean, but you could do that too. Say, with love and gratitude, I bless this living being. All right. And it's, if in your own yard, in your own property, if I find any, we seem to find, because we feed the birds, there's so many birds. And from time to time, I haven't this season, knock on wood. The last 2 seasons, I haven't found any dead birds, but usually I've had some conversations with the cats, the stray cats, to don't come over here and hunt these birds. And it's taken a little time. Cats are a bit stubborn, but they do listen. And the most powerful thing really wasn't directed to the cats. I put this boundary out. All right, this part of my morning ritual is that this is a sacred space, a sacred space. And I push the sacred space energy where only peace, love, and harmony resides. Only peace, love, and harmony resides in this sacred space. I'm going to push this sacred space out in all directions, dimensions, vibrations, and realms. We are one, we are one, we are one. It is done, it is done, it is done. That's it. It's powerful, though, when we step into our power and we realize that. And you can feel like you're being foolish. I don't care what my neighbors think. I know that there's a couple that are home, still home. They haven't left for work yet. And they say, I'm blessed in the land. They want to come and ask me. But if they close their eyes, they can probably feel the energy and feel it. Feel what's going out in all directions. And we push it out more and more and more to like your neighbors, your neighborhood, your community. And then you keep pushing it out and you do this for so long, you're going to encompass a large area. Okay. And so then usually though, like I said, if we find animals that came to our sacred space to cross over, know that it is a safe place. This is where I'm going to cross over. Feel honored that happened, and we do bury them. So they have a nice little memorial area. And so it's all the birds go underneath this huge tree that they all live in. So they're underneath there. And we have certain spots for it just depends on what we find. So it's, usually the smaller type of animals. All right. So yeah, it is. It's energetically tree hugging, Linda. Right. So. Okay, Sarah, when I see an animal that's been hit on the side of the road, I say a prayer for the animal. I send love and light, gratitude for a smooth transition home. Well, let me tell you, animals, the animal kingdom, it's instant. It's not like us where we can kind of stop or hesitate that process. Any living beings that's connected with nature and the animal kingdom goes fast. They know. It's just instantaneous. So they do go it, but it's great that you do that. Absolutely. Because you're just making sure that everything, that path, from the physical body to the ascension is blessed and cleared. And so that is so beautiful, Sarah. Absolutely. I think that's great. And yes, there you go. I did that today too. Sit in the backyard and push out love and light to fill the neighborhood. Very good, Sarah. Yes. Yay. And that's, we all can do that. Absolutely. Yes. Just keep doing it. Keep doing that. Just keep being the love and light that you are. Can it be that simple? It is, but is it simple? Because we have to keep our mind quiet. Our mind from going, this is ridiculous. I don't see anything. Well, of course you don't. Shh, be quiet. I'm working for my heart sacred, my sacred heart center. I'm working for my heart space. Be quiet. Shh. And, you do that enough, your mind learns and it becomes the co-pilot. And okay, every once in a while, it still rears up, especially now when we are purging and releasing so much stuff. And okay, that we hear all these, so many things are coming up and the mind wants to grab onto it. And it's like, shh, I'm releasing, resolving, and letting it go. Don't grab it to create drama. I don't want to put it back on the stage to be analyzed. We're letting it go. Let it go. I haven't forgotten about the dragons, Teresa. So hold on. We're going to get to that. We are in the 10 consecutive lucky palindrome days from September 10th to September 19th. All right. I did share this. I do believe in the Goldylocks Productions group and page, and even on my Facebook page, Goldylocks Temple of Healing. All right. And so what that means is that the numbers are the same, forward and backward. So it's really amazing. And especially numerology, it's very fast. Very powerful. But 9:15 for today, spend time alone and pay attention to the truth of your heart, your mind, and your intuition. Ooh, awesome. Right? Yes, I saved it. Good, Robin. There you go. Yeah, Teresa. I printed it out and I even just, I sealed it. I put just, if you don't have like one of those little machines to, oh my gosh, my mind is just, anyway, I just put some clear packing tape over it and it works just as good. Told the mind to be quiet so much on my side. I was like, you want the word. I'm not even going to give it to you. So anyway, that's cute. All right. Laminate. Thank you, Julia. Yes. Laminate. If you don't have a laminate machine, you can just use clear packing tape. It works just as good. Woohoo. That's one of the things when you're channeling. The frequencies are different. It's beyond words. It's just sometimes it's like la 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 la. Anyway, I print it out and I have it and I'm reading it every day, and then I'll just stick it in my calendar or in my journal. So all right. So questions about dragons. So Robin, Teresa, you wanted to know how you know when they are near. And that's a very good question. And anyone else that has questions about dragons, you can put them in the comments while we go over this. Okay, so I know it's just like with anything else, as far as like tuning in with your intuition, tuning in and feeling what loved one is near you, the angels, the fairies, and so then the dragons. Now, it's actually easier to tune into the dragons to some degree. Let me back up just a moment and say something. When we operate in a higher vibration, like those that communicate with angels and the light beings, the angelic committees, like the alien committees, that's what they are. The alien committees, the council, the intergalactic council of light, or light beings. And because the angels are a different phylum, is a different creation, but they're high vibrational as well. I mean, they are very high vibrational, but so are these other light beings. Okay. And they all have different purposes. But when they're all around you, and there are high vibrational dragons, they started off. But when man fell, the dragons chose to stay with us. They gave up a lot of their high dimensional and vibrational powers to stay and protect us. And they can also go in the lower, deeper depths of what man calls hell. They can go into that total darkness, and in certain areas where angels can't go. And I know that you may go, well, I thought angels could go everywhere. Well, if it's preordained that angels can go only to this particular level, and that's all that they should go, then that's fine. This was, they could foresee, us falling or getting kicked out of the Garden of Eden or falling down to the third dimension. But they weren't set to work below really the fifth dimensional, the fourth dimension, the third dimension, and they had to eat back, but they couldn't go any lower. So when we feel like we are really, really stuck, angels can come to you, but you know what? They will send the dragons. Dragons go into the darkest depths. All right. And like, compare it to like the earth-wise, angels won't go in the water, way down under the water into the deep abyss that no one knows. The dragons do, though. All right. Especially water dragons. Right. Anyway, so just, oh, am I missing something? Happy birthday. Who's happy? Oh, happy birthday, Julia. Yay. Happy birthday, dear Julia. All right. And so to answer your question, how do you feel them around? So they've been around us, mankind, for a very long time, is the point I'm trying to get across. And they are one of your most powerful supporters in your guide circle, so to speak, in your circle, in your committee of who you have, only those for your highest and greatest. That's what I'm talking about. All right. For your own guidance circle, God, angels, guides, any light beings, all those for your highest and greatest, including dragons, including the unicorns. All right. They are living beings. The animal kingdom are living beings. The higher vibrational dimensional of these animals look like humans and animals combined. But when they come to the earth plane, they are walking on all fours. Pretty interesting. Not all of it, but I'm just saying, hey, there's a higher version, and we're experiencing going into the higher version of us. So how you can tell the dragons is you can actually just, if when you're meditating, ask your dragon to come forth. It's almost, I found that getting your dragon to show itself to you, you'll feel your dragon's presence before you see the dragon until you train yourself to, okay, it's like it's like a horse. Have anyone been around a horse? It's like you have to gain that respect. You have to, I'm not going to look directly in your eyes. We're just going to connect energy to energy. And once you build up that connection, and when your dragon is ready, we'll show you your dragon's whole body, face, not just the face, the whole body. And you know the color of your dragon, if your dragon has a name. All right. And so it's really beautiful. Like Rob and I talk to all critters. Well, they are part of, even though they're their own realm, so to speak, the dragons is their own phylum too, their own little category of creation, so to speak. This is why it's important to connect with all living beings. You know, you can talk to grass. You can talk to, of course, the flowers, the bushes, the trees, dragons. Talk to the dragons. But you're yourself, your personal dragon, and ask what element it is. All right. Ask what element your dragon mostly works with, the fire, the water, and usually it's very complementary to you. And the elements that you favor are attracted to or strong to. It's going to be very complementary, right? You're going to be put together with that dragon. And when you work with your dragon, it's very powerful. I know I love to always reference this movie Avatar, but when they got on their dragons, there is a powerful connection between you two. Now I know they would take their hair and kind of like plug in. But it's energetic connection like that with your dragon. You're the only one that could ride your dragon rider. You're the only one. And so there you go, air sign Robin. That's most definitely powerful. See where your dragon takes you. Now here's the thing is that I haven't found a dragon that's all the elements. You know that we're the only living being that can go through all the elements. This was recently revealed to me, and I thought it was astounding because I thought that at least the dragons can be all the elements, but they're not. They have a specialty in elements, kind of like the avatars, right? Avatars have what is there, the air, water, earth, that kind of thing. Well, human beings really are the ones that can work. We are multi-dimensional. Yes, we can work through all the elements. That makes us really powerful. We should be working for earth and other living beings instead of for other reasons. I mean, I don't know about you. Well, I know all of you here agree with me that sitting in sacred circle, we're not alive just to get up, go to work, get a paycheck, and have things preset for you, is what society says. This is what you're supposed to do and accomplish at these particular times. It's not true. All right. So I don't want to get off on that. But anyway, we should be working with all of them. We'll work with the elements. Now, you and your dragon, if you are very powerful in one or two elements, I'm going to use this example. Capricorn is land and water. Yeah. So if I need help with, and my dragon reflects that too, if very much water, if we need help with the air, I'll call the air dragons. There are very specific elemental specific dragons that work together. They're like a pack of dragons. I mean, but there's multiple dragons. So you can call on the air dragons. You see the chemtrails from the airplanes, right? All right, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go right to this. We are going to work our magic here. We're going to call on the air dragons to come in and chomp, 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 chomp that air trail. They're going to clean up all the chemicals. They're going to clean up that airspace. And imagine them doing that. That's all it takes. And do it with love and good intention, with harm to none. And it is so. You don't have to see physically with your eyes. I mean, it would be great. We could see all these dragons, but know that it's done. Just know that. Yes. Hey, we're all supposed to work together as a team. And so they're looking for that, whether it's a command or hey, us working together. You're talking to me? You're talking to me. Oh, yes, sure. I'll be right on that. Thank you for acknowledging me. And this is all living beings are waiting for us to return back to nature, to talk to them, to respect, to have that harm none focus, intention. The law of one, that cosmic, universal law of one is harm none. And we are all connected. And they have been waiting for humanity to raise back up, to ascend and work together. All right. So you can call all the dragons that you need to. So that was an example of the air. So right now we see a lot of the water. It's the water dragons to come in and help clean. So it's not just all the elementals in the water elementals. It's not just the mermaids, and we have so many water elementals, the dolphins and the whales and the sharks. They're all from different universes. They're beings. We know this, and I've always said that the dolphins are our ancient elders and very high intelligence, very, very beautiful beings. Anyway. So they work together with the water dragons. They are all work to try to make sure that the waters stay clean. All right. And so the land dragons, like I said, with the pollution, Robin, next time we see them, okay, we're going to have the land dragons come and help us. I know I've talked about this before, like the ley lines in the earth are called dragon lines. Before you dig, set the intention. First off, you want to make sure, you got to always check to this thing. Like, make sure you call and make sure that you don't hit any power lines, water lines, or anything. So you have to, get your utilities out there to do that. But also, I'd go and ask the earth, I would like to do this, and I would like to put it here. If this is not beneficial for you or for this specific area, show me where it will be. If I need to move over a couple of inches, couple of feet, or whatever, you will get that message. You will. And usually I will come in with maybe the utilities too. Well, you can't do it right here. You have to move over. That's them using other people. They'll get the message to you one way or another of no and yes. All right. So most definitely ask the earth dragons too. Bless this land before you have fence put up, the fence posts. And if you didn't do that, you can go back and do it afterwards. It's okay. I bless the land. And just let the earth and the land in that area know that you're going to be puncturing the ground, so to speak, which, it's okay to irrigate the land, but you want to let them know, kind of have that permission and set the little ceremony type of thing. It doesn't have to be really big and drawn out. Let me see, Sarah, I was drawn to my dragon card yesterday, pulled one for myself. then talk about dragons today. How beautiful. Well, I love that synchronicity, right? Let me take a sip of some water here. Woo. And you can call the dragons in anytime. Any of you shamans who go out there, nature lovers, invite them. They're usually there anyway, but kind of in the background, right? And that you want them to come forward with your dragon and the other dragons and let them know that they're in a safe, protected space. We will see more and more of these beings that were deemed mythological or myths, and just we will see them as we go up into the upper vibrations where it is safe. All right. And so it's, 3D is known as the hunting ground. Sad but true, isn't it? Anyway, so the dragons, you can pay attention to them. I have to tell you, I was aware of all the other dragons before my own personal dragon. Just because it's so easy when our own personal, even spirit animals, they're standing beside you. All right. And sometimes behind you to watch your back, that if we're not paying attention to that, or and we see these things in front of us, it's like, oh, we're going to notice this first before who's really on our team. So you start to ask and set up, who's on my team, right? And that's what I'm talking about. Who's on your team? Who's on your circle? So, it's really beautiful. And you sit there and journal. And yes, I know the angels are here. I know this, and kind of do like a roll call in meditation. Who's here? Now, I know a lot of people, if you've done a shamanic journey, you can call on your dragon to show up. This is a great best meditations to call on your dragon is to, I could go through it now, but it's really long. It's kind of lengthy, and you can take as long as you want to. And I don't want to rush anyone. So I'm just going to give you like a little outline of it, and you can go back and you can do this when you're ready. Is pretty much visualize yourself on a pathway, flatlands, and you can have anything off to the side, gardens, maybe it's just grass. It's okay. Trees, maybe you're going through a forest. That doesn't matter, but you're walking this path up a mountain, up to this tall hill, this tall area. Doesn't take you long to get up there. So whether it's a huge hillside or a mountain, and you come to the top of it, and you look over the land. What do you see? Is it water? Is it okay? Just take your time. Call on your dragon to meet with you on this hilltop, this mountaintop. And if you don't see the dragon, that's okay. If you feel the wind of the dragon's wings landing, you can smell. Pay attention to everything. Pay attention to all your senses, everything you're experiencing. Pay attention to it all. And then whether you see your dragon or not, visualize, and you'll know when you're ready. Okay, dragon, let me know when you're here. We're ready. I'm now going to get onto you and ride. Take me on a journey. Take me what I need to see. And you and your dragon can experience wonderful things together. It's amazing. It's awesome. I have to tell you, for me, all right, a snake and a dragon sometimes is the same. It kind of forms. There's like the Asian snakes. Are they snakes or dragons? Wingless dragons. There are wingless dragons that look like a snake. And the reason I say this is how I know that my dragon can go in the water is because one of the journeys we took, we started off on the hill and then we went down into the water. And the dragon handed me off, my dragon, Sophia, handed me off to a dolphin. And the dolphin took me, I didn't realize till much later I was actually going to Hollow Earth, into the pyramid in Hollow Earth, to where Serapis Bay is. And so I would take many journeys there, but it was always water. All right, going to the water. And then the dolphin would bring me back to a point, and my dragon would come back and get me and take me out of the water and back onto land. So that is one of my favorite travels that we take. And I know we go other places, we do other things. When you astral travel, you can ask the angels to use the orbs, or you can ask your dragons, hey, let's go. So it's really, really amazing. Start working with more your dragons. I know everyone loves the angels. We all know, the angels, but it's more and more so now. But it's even so much more important to work with that personal dragon. And unicorns, I'm still working with. I know I did a lot when I was young, and it's interesting. It was revealed to me last night, right before I was getting ready to go to sleep, because I was like, I would think, I think my whole angelic committee, and then I would think Sophia, my dragon, and all the other dragons, and the good night, all the unicorns. And I was like, it's so funny. Why did they have two separate names, unicorn and Pegasus, when it's the same animal? Isn't it the same animal? It's the same being, all right? It's, to me, I've never understood. It was always one. Every time as a child when I saw a unicorn, the unicorn would have wings. Sometimes it wouldn't. And I'm like, so help me to understand a unicorn with no wings. And they're like, a unicorn always has wings. Does a bird walk around with the wings out all the time? And I'm like, no. They're like, well, we tuck them into our body so nice that you don't see them until we're ready to fly. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that makes total sense, doesn't it? Total sense. You don't see the birds always walking around with their wings spread out. They tuck their wings nicely into their body, and you see the feathers. And so they're just like, maybe it's white feathers. Oh, this is why the unicorns work so closely with the angels. And so when you see white feathers, it's not just angels, it can be unicorns. Do you know that the unicorns returning, they're leaving a sign? All of nature now, there's more and more people taking the pictures of the albino, the white, whatever species it is. That's a unicorn right there. Any white being like that it's a sign, it's a symbol from the unicorns. Powerful, powerful stuff, isn't it? So they've always been one creed. They don't care what you call them, but it's more, okay, the golden unicorn, the horn, and the same thing is like the horn can come in or out, but it's mostly out because it's just mostly out. That's all the description they gave me. But that they can transform themselves too. Most high vibrational dimensional beings are shapeshifters. So they can shape. They can change their appearance sometimes. This is why there can be maybe some confusion as to what is the specific, the right appearance. There isn't an actual right or wrong appearance. They can transform any way you want or need them to transform or to be. Isn't that beautiful? So I just love that when they showed it to me, because I was like, oh, of course. That makes total sense. So their wings are they're just like, that made sense too. I did not used to see wings on angels for the longest time as a child, and I could distinguish between an angelic being and the light council, because the lights were different. There are columns of light. I would have the actual theatrical. Yeah, it's all theater, right? No, I would have these great conversations about any and everything. All right, and with them, very, very heavy stuff. They help me, understand the Bible when I would read the Bible. Okay, this is confusing. Anything that was confusing are great teachers, But it wasn't until I went to church and it's like, oh, look at all these pictures of these angels. And I was like, they have their wings out all the time, but yet I don't see their wings when they are in front having a conversation with me. In flight or when they're in action, is that it's the energy. So if you take how energy flows and you stick it behind someone, I wish that this was bigger, you'd get the idea. Wouldn't it look like wings? If you have energy going like this, flowing like this behind you, and even up and down, but we don't really see the up and down as much as we see this. Wouldn't this look like wings? Energy, it's how we move. So the wings really aren't wings, physical wings like we associate with birds. It's energy. Energy. Pure energy. All right. Let's see. Okay, Chris, I have memories of being in a crystal palace in the Maria. Yes. Sarah found a white feather yesterday on my walk. Oh, that's nice. Beautiful. I love that. So it's the angels and the unicorns. So the unicorns, causal chakra, remember, that's very much the divine feminine they work with, Mother Mary, any of the divine deities, Kuan Yin, any of them that we work with and associate with the divine feminine, Isis, all mothers, Mary Magdalene was a mother as well. So that's why I say Mother Mary's, Mother's Mary, times two. So it's they work so much with it. And that was the whole, only a maiden can, it can go up to this unicorn. It's because the unicorn is very much divine feminine being, where some people think that dragons are very masculine. Maybe so. Maybe it's the dragons, the masculine aspect, and the unicorns are the feminine aspect. I know that there's always that play of yin and yang, or however you want to say it. In feng shui, the east is represented by the dragon, and the west by a white tiger. A white tiger. Okay. You're starting to see the little ting, 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 tings, kind of the similarities. The dragon, the masculine, the white, associated with the feminine. Even though, color-wise, white is masculine and black is feminine. But we're talking about like the angels, the unicorns associate with that divine feminine. But you see, there's always a balance between the masculine and feminine. That's the point I'm trying to make with, okay? And gray is a combination of both, isn't it? It's very beautiful. Oh, Robin, there we go. I got a very big gray and white feather today. I love that. Yeah, I save the feathers, once in a while. Make sure you wash them off. I bring them in, some hot soapy water, wash them off real good. And then another way to like initiate or give gratitude to this feather, and also to the air element as well, and to the being that it came off of. Because in order for a bird to drop a feather, they have to drop both. Think about this. They have to always stay balanced. So they got to drop one from each side. So after I wash, and I just lay them on a napkin and let them dry, kind of pat it down a little bit. And then when it's not completely dry, but when it's still a little damp, then I'll hold it up and I'll blow through the feather like it's flying, and with the wind, and that's how I would like air dry it. And then I put them all into, you can use a little votive as a vase, or if you can find a very small jar, very small vase, and I stick the feathers. I have like this feather bouquet. It's like a tribute to them as a thank you. And so I save them too. I like to save the feathers. And anyway, so, woo, so much stuff. So practice. If you haven't already, practice with your dragons, communicating with your dragons. And we'll talk about this next week or the next show. I'm not sure about next week yet. My husband has a hockey tournament Saturday and Sunday. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do a show next Sunday, but most definitely the Sunday after that. So let's see, next Sunday is the 22nd and so the 29th. But I will keep you updated, and you'll have to keep me on track and let me know if how your experiences with the dragons went. Please journal it. I want to hear all about it. So most definitely practice that, work with that. Down to just the dragons, the unicorns, any other living beings that show up with your dragon, just out of curiosity. All right. Keep it open. Keep your mind open. Enjoy the experiences, and we're going to talk about them on my next show. Again, all right. So please, can you... Julia, so please keep a journal of it, keep a note so we can share. Julia, can you post that list? Yes, absolutely, I will, Julia. Just give me a few moments after the show. Julia, scroll down on the Goldylocks Productions Facebook page. If it's not there, I know you're in the group, but I'll just repost it, all right, and let you know. So you can grab that. You can grab that picture. Okay, so let me see. Wendy, I brought a feather bouquet too. I wanted to make a smudge wand. Yes, absolutely. Those are great. It's great. Okay, so wonderful. I will post that picture for you, Julia, in a couple of minutes. So thank you, everyone, for sitting in Sacred Circle with each and every one of us. And sorry about the little ramblings in the beginning for those listening on Spreaker. It felt like it was slow to start. But if you have any questions at all about anything that's discussed on the show, you have topics you would like to discuss, please message me. You can message me through Facebook or message me through my website, whitesagewoman.com. One more time, it's my website, whitesage, SAGE, woman.com. So I look forward to any of the topics. And even if you have a topic or you want to leave a testimonial, not just for my show, but for any other Goldylocks production shows, or you have a question about the show, all right, you can text me. And the number is on the screen. So you can text me a question about what was discussed, or you can text a testimonial, all right, or a topic you would like for us to go over on the next show. So I leave I leave this with you, this lot of love and gratitude for each and every one of you. Thank you for participating in the Sacred Circle, and many blessings to each and every one of you. And Teresa, I hope that answered your question about dragons, because we can go on and on. All right, I love you each and all. Thank you so much. Many blessings to each of you. Good night.
Don't want the fun to end? Grab more refreshments, then head over to Goldylocks Productions' YouTube channel. With over 950 archive shows, the fun doesn't have to end.